All right. Yeah, man. My mother's good, man. Mother's straight, man. She's good. Yeah. Uh, yeah, we can't be having our people in these nursing homes and stuff over for another nation to take care of and stuff like that. Because when you do that, it's like a form of handing Christ over to be crucified by the Romans. It's no different from what Pilate did when he handed Barabbas, which was Christ, over to be crucified by the Roman soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And when you hand your people over into a so-called nursing home or whatever, or leave them in a hospital or something like that, and thinking and depending upon another nation to do it, that's what exactly you're repeating the patterns of when they handed Christ over to the Romans to be crucified. A lot of people don't know that, but that makes sense. All right. I want to read the skills cause of affliction. Many are the ways by which Satan works through human influence to build his captives. He secures multitudes to himself by attaching them by the stalking cords of affliction to those who are enemies of the cross of Christ. Um, whatever this attachment may be, parental, feel, conjure, 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 or social, the affliction is the same. The oppressors of the truth ex- exact their powers, exalt their power to control the conscious and the souls held under their sway, have not sufficient courage to or independence by obeying their own conviction of duty. The truth and the glory of God are inseparable. It is impossible for us within the Bible, within our reach, to honor God by erroneous opinions. Many claim that it matters not what one believes. And I love this. Many claim that it matters not what one believes, if his life is only right. But the life is molded by the faith. If light, if light and truth is within our reach, and we neglect to improve the privileges of hearing and seeing it, we virtually reject it. We are choosing darkness rather than light. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Proverbs 16:25. Ignorance is no excuse for error or sin when there is every opportunity to know the will of God. A man is traveling and comes to a place where there are several roads and a guideboard indicating where such one leads. If he disregards the guideboard and takes whatever road seems to be right, he may be ever so sincere, but will in all possibility find himself on the wrong road. Every road do not take the same path. That's why when people be talking about, I like that portrait, that poem right there. I like that. I don't agree with everything in this book, and I don't agree with this white Jesus that they got on the front of it. None of that, because that represents none of the people of the Bible. But I agree with that part because it does matter what it does matter. People tell you it doesn't matter what God is. I don't care what he looked like. God is a spirit. He came to save all humans. That's not even in the Bible. No, it does matter because if it didn't matter, why would it say in the Bible that whosoever believes that Christ is the Son of God because he's damned or doomed, he's condemned because he believed not the record that God gave of his son. A record is like evidence of what he looked like. It gives a depicted the identity of what his identity is. And it does matter when it comes down to your identity. Yeah, it does matter. Man, get your ass about my life, man. You ain't get out. Get out. Ain't nobody asked you to come here. But I'm here for my people. I love my people. Go. The main thing you can do, like you came in here and you said stop bullying white people. Well, I'm gonna leave you with this message. Go tell your people it's a leave out protest and tell your people to leave our people the fuck alone. That's what you do. Yeah, you do that. Go tell them, go tell your people to leave my people alone and give our people they land back that they stole. Because they stole our people from the west coast of Africa, and they went around the world and they raped, robbed, and murdered. And the Puerto Ricans call everybody Puerto Ricans because of your people is the one that put that name on our people and all of that. So go tell your people, your white folks, your people is to leave my people alone and stop killing my people in the streets unjustly. Yeah. So that's my message to you. You leave us alone, give us our stuff back, wealth and everything back that y'all people done, poison the water, messing, taking the seeds out the grapes, all that type of stuff. Taking the seed, your people taking the seeds out of the food, fucking up the food and stuff and making the food bad and stuff. That's what your people are doing. So go tell your people that how they that's a shame how they doing that because all of that, like like anything, I can prove everything that I'm saying. You're a motherfucking lie. Your people ain't going through it like the people of our people. Though, who was Moses dealing with? Moses was only dealing with the children of Israel. Those are the only people that went through slavery. There was only one group of people that went through slavery. So people try to throw everybody up in there and this and that and the third and all of that. This and that and third. When the white race rules this world, that's simple as that. Simple as that. They control everything. So go tell your people. Like people, they'll try to say, uh, well, all so-called white people are not. And I'd be if I had control, I'd be so mad when they said it, I'd be wanting to slap the living shit out their ass. Sit your motherfucking ass down. No motherfucking well, that ain't true. Like they're trying to say, all so-called what? Look, I'm gonna explain that like this in. I'm gonna explain it like this. If there is 100 dogs, right? Let's say 100 dogs, and all 99 of them dogs is aggressive and they bad and they'll tear your ass up and tear your flesh up. And you got one dog in that motherfucker that's won't bother you, won't harm you, and all of that. Do you think for one goddamn minute I'm gonna turn around, take and go into all them 99 motherfucking dogs and get my ass ate up just to get to that last good dog? Fuck you. Oh hell no. Yeah, and you leave me alone. And go tell your people is to leave my people alone. And your people bullying us. Go tell your people to stop bullying us. Because last I checked, who killed Sonya Mass? Your people did it. Who killed George Floyd? Your people did it. So who's bullying who? Who's dead? It ain't your people that killed my people in the streets, being shot down in the streets. It ain't yours. It's more, the majority is our people who living in communities and poor positions. My people are. You don't even fit none of the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Man, look, I ain't got time to be trying to prove myself to people and all that. Y'all deceptive. You deceitful. Like that comment they put on my video to my great screen, because he thought what this motherfucker thought, that I was gonna come in here and go to speaking on my people. Like, I know why he said a great scream. I enjoyed it. Whatever, because he thought I was gonna come in and go to talk speaking down on Brother Bunny Honey D. I'm just saying Brother Bunny Honey D and Barbara, they are just brainwashed and conditioned to being a good slave for the white man. I'm not speaking against them. I don't blame them for being what they are, because I really realize that they are actually conditioned into the ways of America, into their way of thinking, like with the gun law, arresting people and all that. Most white folk, I mean, but white folks don't agree to that because it's in their spirit, because they all love the same people. We don't have the same spirit. People try to say we all are the same. No, we're not all the same. Yeah. So I don't like when people go to comparing us and saying we all are the same. No, the hell we are not. We are not the same. We have a different culture. We do things totally differently. We sit at home, we chill. Our people be out there in the field playing basketball and stuff like that and stuff. We go to the store, get what we want, and we are the ones being harassed in the stores by. Matter of fact, I might do a video about that and show people a perfect example. That, you know what I'm saying? How we be harassed in these different stores and stuff like that, and all that type of stuff. We're just not the same. We don't do things the same. We're totally different. Yeah, we're totally different. There's nothing about white people that is good. They good at deceiving people. Yeah, they're very good at doing that. They good at killing. That's one thing I can say they better at than any nation on the planet. They good at being wicked. Yeah, they good at doing that. They good at arresting people, putting our people in jail and captivity and stuff. That's biblical. Oh, they good at that. Look at the condition that we're in. We're not rich. Our people had our wealth stripped from us when Christopher Columbus came over here and raped, robbed, and murdered and tricked the Native American Indians. You know, and forced them is to accept an identity that wasn't there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up some of it. You can look this up. It's easy to look up because we're in the internet age now. Mm. Yeah, they're gonna get mad at the truth because you don't love the truth. That's why. This is not for you. That means we're not the same people. That's why it's like that. Uh, they made over 500 and some treaties with the Native American Indians. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to read this here. The statement is correct. The U.S. government, talking about the so-called Caucasian, entered into over 500 treaties with the Native Americans tribes between 1778 and 1798, between 1778 and 1871. The era of treaty making the United States ratified 370 treaties, while at last 45 more were negotiated. 45 more were negotiated, but not ratified by the Senate. Although the treaty making period formally ended in 1871, many of the promises made in these treaties were later broken by the U.S. government. They was later broken. Treaties making error. The United States, various Native American tribes signed a large number of treaties with the first. That means they tricked these people. First in 1778 and the last in 1871. Numbers of treaties, over 5,000 treaties were signed in total, but the U.S. Senate ratified favor than fewer than 400 of them. Okay. The protection of tribal sovereignty means, okay, sovereignty means ruler. Broken promises. Broken promises. The U.S. government has a history of violating the promises made in these treaties, often due to the influx of white settlers and the desire for native lands and resources. Resources talking about the money, the wealth, and all of that. The end of a treaty making the U.S. government Congress officially ending the treaties making error in 1871 through existing treaties remain largely valid and enforceable. They broke every last one of the treaties that they made. So the white man broke every last one of these treaties and stuff that they made with the natives of Americans. Why did the U.S. make these treaties with the native tribes? That's talking about the real people of God, the Hebrews, and that's why we go through a lot here, and go through what we're going through. The U.S. stopped making treaties with Native American tribes in 1871 due to changing the view of tribal sovereignties, Western expenses, and a desire to assemble Native Americans into mainstream societies. A key factor was the Indian Appropriation Act of 1871, which declared that no more tribes would be recognized as independent nations capable of making treaties facing future reitations to be governed by the states exclusive orders and agreements with. Instead, they broke all Western promises of history of treaties violated against the Native Americans. See, the white man promised half of that. They would give half, and they would play it fair with them. So the Native Americans agreed to make a contract with them, as they said that we will give y'all. We promised that we would split it up or whatever. But they broke all these treaties. They committed treason. They betrayed the Native Americans. The history of the United States is steep, a grand legacy of betrayal, especially when it comes to the land on which Americans are currently called home. Americans is talking about the white man, because America is one white man's name, and America, it was named after another white man's name. Yeah. So I'm gonna expose. That. Okay. Okay, that's what he said. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Uh-huh. Yeah, the truth hurts. Yeah, the truth hurts. Yeah. It says virtually any land that was not lost, stolen, or otherwise surrounded by way of genocide. Genocide means the killing. That's why they celebrate Thanksgiving. That's what I call it, Thanksgiving, the thing, or what they call Thanksgiving, right? Okay, watch this. Virtually any land that was not lost, stolen, or otherwise surrounded by the way of genocide was ultimately pit fearing away through treaties that was ignored with American differences. Over centuries, the U.S. government systematically broke promises, made each one a contract that was supposed to guarantee peace and protection, protecting lands or offer compensation. This is what the promise. That's why you can never trust your enemy, the white man. That's why you can never trust these people. And when they get people get mad when you expose them. And people, why you think a lot about Malcolm X died? Why you think all these other people died? Martin Luther King admitted it that he led our people into a burning building. He admitted it this when he was saying little boys and girls gonna be playing in the streets and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So watch this. Now let me get this from the Bible. The punishment that God is going to bring upon the nation of the white man for doing the stuff that they did. Let's go to Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16. Who does these type of crimes? Exodus 21 and verse 16. The Bible says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. The Native Americans, the Indians, they was killed, and then they went to the west coast of Africa, and they took our people from the west coast of Africa and brought them over into America on slave ships. You see what I'm saying? And you have to understand for the slave ships. Then a lot of our people fled to Africa in 70 AD. I'm gonna pull that later on from Babylon Temple of Two. Yes. And so that's what really happened, or whatever. Now let's read that. Let's reiterate this reading again, one more time. Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, steal. If you steal somebody else, a nation of people, and selleth him, that's what they did. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. That means a lot of the slaves was stolen. They stole. They own like they own stolen land, right? The white man, all them is on stolen land. This land is not theirs. Mm-mm. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1. That's the book that's dealing with the Esau. Yeah, that's the book dealing with Esau. Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah right quick. Joel, Amos, Obadiah. Here we go. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent amongst the heathens. The heathens are those who are not Israelites. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, that thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks. That's talking about the Carpus Mountain. That's where the white man from. If you read Genesis chapter 36 and 8, it says Esau is Mount Seir. the father of the Edomites, the forefathers of the Caucasian. It says, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, that thou dwellest in, like that man that came in here last week and said, oh, I'm proud to be a white man, I'm proud. And then one of them, I think they had one man, he told me, I'm proud to be a redneck. This was about maybe a year and something ago. I said, damn. I literally heard him say that. It says, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, that thou dwellest. See, the pride of their heart have deceived them. That means that's why that word, you wonder why we call them. It's not, we're not walking around and saying that they are the devil because we just to be using the word loosely. We're saying that because they are the number one people that have deceived our people with a false image of Christ. Okay, let's go down. Though thou exaltest thyself as the eagle is a predator, and though thou settest thy nest amongst the stars, hence I will bring thee down, said the Lord. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen? See that word there? This is in the Bible. Would they not have stolen until they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? See that? They stolen. Would they not have stolen until they had enough? They stole this land. Everything that they got, that they put their hands to, they stole it. They stole it from us. That's why we're struggling the way that we are right now. But mainly, we broke the commandments of God, and God used the Eagle Nation, the white man, is to punish us. And once we come back to wake up and remember who we are and start keeping the commandments of God, then He's going to bring our people and put our people back into the land according to the Bible. Everything I'm saying is according to the Bible. That's what I'm saying. I'm just going by what the Bible, what the Most High say. You know. And we read in Exodus chapter 21 and 16, he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. That means that's the judgment they're going to get. There's a judgment for taking God's chosen people and putting God's chosen people into slavery and still doing that to this day and killing our people in the streets for no unjust reason, killing a so-called black man. That means you're going to have to pay for that so-called white man. Y'all got to pay for it. That's what the Bible said. That's y'all judgment. You know, that's the judgment, God. That's what it said. That's biblical. So, yeah, you got to pay for what your people did. Mm-hmm. Let's read. And I'm gonna close this out. Yeah. I think that's 1 Corinthians 11, 2 Corinthians 11. I think it's 2 Corinthians 11. Here we go. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 6. Look what the Bible said. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But we have been, see that? Paul says, though I be rude, I may be disrespectful in my speech in the way I'm saying it. But when it comes down to the truth, when it comes to the true knowledge of God, you ain't going to be disrespectful. As long as you're not telling no lie and all of that, as long as you're telling the truth, then you good. Yeah. The Apostle Paul is letting you know sometimes you're going to offend people when you speak truth. It's going to offend people. And people are going to consider it rude. But you're not rude according to God. It's not a sin to tell the truth. It's not a sin to call it out for what it is. So I'm up out of here. I'm going to see, I'm gone. So let's see, what can I name the video? I guess since I ain't took the title out, the new black The new black Hitler. The new black Hitler is our people in 2025. The new black Hitler is our people in 2025, meaning that Uncle Tom, that's going into Uncle Tom's and all that type of stuff. And we mentally destroy our people more because we're slaves for the white man. They are the main ones. So I'm up out of here.